The cloudy, cool and wet weather spreads to KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape today, where it's going to be quite cold in some areas along the south coast. Although there will be rain at first, conditions will gradually start clearing later on today. There's a good chance for thunder showers over the eastern half of the country, while it remains typically dry towards the western parts. The South African Weather Service has issued a watch for today. That's for the possibility of heavy rainfall over the western parts of KwaZulu-Natal. There could be more than 50 millimeters over the next 24 hours. Scattered thunderstorm activity is expected for Gauteng and the surrounding regions, and along the eastern coastline there's up to a 60% chance of rain, and that extends all the way down the wild coast of the Eastern Cape. Along the south coast, on the other hand, there's a 40% chance of rain, slightly lesser chances as we head further inland. Dry across much of the Northern Cape, except around Portsmouthburg as well as Kimberley, where there's a 20% chance of a few thunder showers. It remains hot over the northern parts of the country today, into the lower 30s for most places. Mahikeng and Kimberley peaking at 33 degrees. Further eastwards, shades of green indicating where maximum temperatures will remain below 20 degrees Celsius, and some places near the mountains seeing maximums in the mid-teens today. Cape Town reaches a high of 27. Taking a look at your coastal conditions, we're expecting it to remain somewhat windy along the western coastline between 35 and 45 kilometers per hour. Relatively rough seas reaching a height of 3.5 meters. Further south, it's going to remain windy around the peninsula, southeasterlies across the region. Southeasters also return to Cape Agulhas at 30 kilometers per hour, and swells are going to see heights of between 3 and 3.5 meters. Along the south coast, we're expecting moderate wind speeds across the area, 20 kilometers per hour for Plettenberg Bay as well as Mossel Bay. Swell heights remaining fairly unchanged with an average height of about 2.5 meters. And along the eastern coastline, we're expecting strong winds to affect both Durban and Richards Bay today. Those southwesterlies getting up to 55 kilometers per hour at times. Moderating winds are expected for East London, and along with the strong winds, elevated swells are expected reaching up to 4 meters for KwaZulu-Natal.